Hello, 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 friends. We're back for the third week in a row.
That for us. We're so consistent.
You're frozen.
What is up with my
I know you're gonna see that you're like 1p right now, moving at 2 frames per second.
Alright.
We'll make do. At least we can hear you
So
this
what's
time.
important is the audio.
Yeah,
I won't lie, Maddie. I'm kind of beat.
yeah. Tell me about your week because we didn't have any audio last week.
I don't know. Busy again. Busy with life. It's been hard to carve out time for the creative stuff. Um, Maybe that's on me with my time management, but I feel like I'm not the type of person who wastes hours and hours. I just literally just don't have time with all the responsibilities that come with being an adult. So, I try to carve out time for whenever possible. There are some things that I cannot put off or I have to prioritize. So those are gonna, come first. And the creative stuff will come second, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And that's all to say. I haven't really made that much progress this past week.
Well, what about the last week? Because we
Um,
we don't know about the last week.
oh, last week? Oh,
Yeah.
well, oh yeah, okay. So last week I was talking about, how I want my YouTube channel to grow a little bit more. And, I was diving deep into the analytics to figure out what kinds of things I need to improve in order to, get more numbers. And I think I settled on improving my thumbnails and my titles. Then number two, improving the flow of the video. And that basically means making more cuts, cutting out unnecessary stuff, having more of a storytelling vibe that allows the audience to come along for the journey and kind of follow along with the video instead of just coming to the video and then clicking off.
Mm.
I think I also share that a lot of the views that on my channel come from search versus browse. So my
All right.
videos are kind of more solution oriented versus just people stumbling upon my channel and deciding to watch. And I think the latter is going to be more important for growth. So I was saying maybe I'll expand my videos a little bit more, or again, work on my titles and my thumbnail to kind of draw the audience in. Not clickbait, but make it a little bit more interesting instead of
Mhm.
just how to make a matcha latte.
I hear you.
So that's kind of where I was at.
Yeah, you gotta hit them with this one trick will make your matcha lattes go crazy mode. The matcha latte
Yeah.
situation is crazy.
The I hate doing that because it feels so clickbaity and
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it.
I mean, the way that I see it is like it's part of the game or whatever you want to call it. It's like just how you have to do it. If you want views, right? I've been watching like a lot of marketing videos recently for like video games, like for my game project. That's like really far off the marketing, but I'm just trying to figure out like what is my game because right, the marketing is like really just like how do you understand your product well enough to like tell other people about it and make sure they see it and then want to like interact with it, right? But
Yeah.
the baseline of all marketing, like before you like do any promotion, and depending on where you are, like it's gonna be different. Like on YouTube, it's gonna be different than somewhere else. What the priorities are, but the baseline of like good marketing is always just having a good product to begin with. That should be helpful in the long term. In the long term,
Yes, in the long term.
yeah,
And I think that is something that I want to stick to. I
yeah,
don't ever want to sacrifice quality just for the sake of quantity.
yeah. Yeah. I think that the way you've always treated your projects is like making quality. So if that helps, I think. But the thumbnail thing is real. I know Andrew's brother Ben.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
He made a video about um doing learning guitar or something or piano from because an anime like inspired him to do it, and he like recorded some of the process, and it popped off. It got like 60,000 views. But he was saying to Andrew, he was like, only after I changed the thumbnail and title like a bunch of times did one of them finally like hit, and then it just went crazy. So like it's
Yeah.
definitely part of it. Like I'm not here to like deny that, but um, it it depends like what you want out of it. So,
Yeah.
but apparently it's not as hard as like uh or not as scary as it might seem, at least in my opinion. If he was able to
I
do it
mean,
like that,
what's not as scary?
like figuring out like a good combo of stuff, like just like being able to like iterate through that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I agree. I will say my Croatia video has been popping off in the last
Hell
couple of
yeah.
months.
Hell yeah. It's getting warmer out. People are planning their trips.
Yeah. Now it's up to 35K views.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It sounds like we need to travel more so you can make more videos.
Honestly, yeah, because the all my videos that have done well. So this one's about Croatia. This one's about Hakuba in Japan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, low key, those are my best performing videos.
I think it's easier to tap into just because not as many people like get to do that. But
Yeah,
also
this
like
is
I
true.
think it's also in line with your goals with the channel because you were telling me like you want to like provide like an international experience or like teach people about like food and stuff from like that kind of lens. So it definitely helps to like
Absolutely.
go other places and like have your boots on the ground. And I think that's like it gives you better knowledge and it also makes it more interesting. So um
Yeah.
that right off. That work right off.
You're gonna see me in a couple of years. I'm never gonna be in the country.
I told you, bro. Once we make it big, we're gonna just snowboard everywhere, and then you can
Or
make
or
your
follow
videos
the
on the side.
pal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, recap your week.
This week's been pretty good. I didn't do too much on the puppet. I fixed his eyeballs and his glasses. The glass I'm going to tweak a little bit. I keep putting off sewing on his nose, which is like not a big deal, but I just keep not doing it.
Mhm.
But he's looking pretty good right now. I don't remember how much I went over last week.
You told me you fixed his eyes.
Yeah, that was over text. I told you that. Well,
Mhm.
it looks like he's like actually looking in a direction now, which is nice. Is it the correct direction? I don't know, but I feel like it looks more like straight on if I get it right, you know?
Yeah.
So that's fun. Um so the glasses are there. They kind of like balance on the nose, but the nose isn't even like attached right now. Like
Mhm.
I got to fix them up still. And then for the arm rods, I have to like technically replace the whole interior handpiece. So essentially on both hands. So essentially I have to redo the whole entire arms and I don't want to do that right now. I'm just too busy. Like I could, it's just gonna like suck. So I might just take like a wire coat hanger and like wrap it around his wrist and call it a day, and then hope that the
Okay.
bracelet hides it. I feel like that's fine. So
Yeah.
I'm making some sacrifices. He's got this tight shirt on. Um, I patterned that out, but the pattern was too close to like his body size. So that was my first pass. So I made a bigger pattern for the shirt. Is the front and the back.
Nice.
And the
Nice.
sleeves, dude, it's fun working on these projects because like you saw me a couple years ago I was making shirts for no fucking reason. I mean, I was having fun, um, which is reason enough. But now I'm like actually using it as like a skill for like a different project. So I've been having some
Yeah.
of those moments where, and that feels good because I like buy a lot of tools. I do projects that I start, and like sometimes I finish, and then sometimes just like an exercise. And I'm like, what am I doing with all this skill collection? I mean, it comes in handy, so it's cool.
Yeah,
But
you're just building your library.
I know. So oh, you can't really see it. I have this black children's shirt. Can you see that? Yeah, I feel like
Mhm.
yeah, black children's shirt. I'm gonna do round two on this, and hopefully it'll just end up being able to be the final. I have one more black children's shirt for a third version, but I feel like I can get it right on the second try.
Yeah. No more
Um,
muscle shirts for Stretch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No more muscle shirts.
He's gotta
He's
have
gonna be
some
baggy
drip.
as fuck. That's what I was working on for him, which is a little bit less than I wanted. Then that's okay because I was making up for it with like my game stuff. Um,
Mhm.
I've been having like some good meetings with my team.
Sick.
Yes, last week was really productive. I did like one-on-ones with everybody and just got like a general sense of like how
Oh,
they're feeling on the project. And I wrote everything down. Okay, I actually wrote it down.
okay.
So like how they're feeling about the project, like when they're having fun, like what parts are like less fun or like stressful or like that they like interact with because everybody's experience are like different.
Yeah.
And then like how can we like help move you in a direction like where you're working on stuff that you feel good about or that you like want to work on? Like how do you feel like you'd be the most effective? Like that kind of stuff. Do you have like any questions for like other people on the team that like are not in your field? Like, are you curious about anything? Stuff like that. So trying to,
Okay. Very good management.
I'm trying. But now like we're getting the ball rolling a little bit. I've been feeling kind of stressed out. Uh because we're entering more of like a production and I don't think we have like we have a lot of stuff built up now that we've done like disparately because it's like the very
Mhm.
like a lot of basic stuff and some less basic stuff. But now I'm trying to interweave it, so it's gonna get complicated really quickly, like art and like development stuff, and some other things all mixing together, and that's gonna get complicated in a way that we need like a better like task management system. So I'm trying to build that right now and like figure out the best way for like our project to be like put onto paper or like on the computer, so that everybody knows what they're doing and it's not confusing or cumbersome to interact with.
Okay.
So I've been using Obsidian to like it's a program I was using last year. I was making that like web of like knowledge
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I made one of those. So because I think like sometimes with all the game stuff, like this stuff overlaps a lot. So I was like, oh, let me try making one of those webs for the game. So it's gonna be like a wiki, but also like all our documentation is gonna be there.
Okay.
I feel like if I can get it to work, it'll be cool. Otherwise, we have to use like Google Drive, which is
Horrible.
clunky at this point. Because not made for like task management at that level. And
Yeah.
then like everything else that's like semi-professional is like really expensive, so I don't really want to go that route.
Yeah. Well, if you do this on Obsidian, does everyone on your team have access to it? Are they
Yeah,
all able to see?
yeah, I can share
Okay.
it. Um, Obsidian's not like made for like collaboration like that, but I feel like it's like all like plugin based. Like the community does a lot of plugins, so I feel like I can make it work. I want to
Okay.
try it. Hopefully, it doesn't go crazy. I have Harry to help me out now because he's like the organizational guy.
Yeah.
Um,
What I
so
like about that is like it's so visual, right? So you can
mhm,
see the connections and like the
yeah,
things
yeah,
that connect each task,
hmm
which in my opinion is helpful.
I think so. I was trying to find something that's like a good medium between like the visual stuff for art people, which we're gonna use Milano. We can fall back on that, but the thing is, there's like no structure for like or like tools that would be relevant for like the development guys.
Yeah.
And then there's other things that are like the opposite, where it's like it has structure for development, but then like no like tools. Like you can't even create like shapes or like draw lines on some programs, and it's like yeah, that sucks. So I'm trying to find something that can do both, to accommodate everybody, or like make it so everybody can keep their documentation in one place. Um, yeah, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But that's my update.
Well, solid progress for the week.
Yeah, I've been feeling pretty productive. Um, but I've just been feeling good, which I feel like is better than the feeling productive part. I feel good while I work on
Yeah,
stuff.
that
So
more than
yeah,
like the progress that you made, it's more about the feel.
yeah, I've been enjoying like working on projects again, which is not like super common as an adult. But I feel like I've been enjoying myself the last few weeks, which has been really nice.
Good. Honestly, what more could we ask for, you know?
So true, brother.
If you're having fun, what else do you need?
Hmm.
Uh,
I think that's kind of it. I think that's my update.
yeah, I've been thinking about the whole having fun aspect recently,
Hmm.
and I think we should add that to one of the rules.
One of the rules: have fun.
Yeah, just have fun.
That's rule 0 is have fun.
But everything is based off of
Yeah,
the foundation. Without it, there's nothing.
so true.
So yeah, I'm gonna keep that in my head as we progress.
Alright, cool. What do you think you wanna get done for, like, next week if you had to
Well,
make a
first of
plan?
all, I gotta edit this friggin' video
Oh,
from
true, from
last
last week.
week.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I wanna finish editing this pad thai video I've been working on.
Uh-huh.
And then, check off some more tasks for my matcha brand.
Oh, yeah, you're doing that. We didn't hear you talk about that last week. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm making a matcha brand.
oh, yeah.
I've planned out like the next 9 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I got the socials locked down. I have a
Ah,
website.
okay, so
I have a
what are you talking
Shopify
about you haven't got
store.
that much done these
Well, like
days?
I mean, these are all things that I did like all within like a day or two.
I think that's so awesome. So
Yeah. And actually, maybe yeah, there is some progress. I like locked down like a consumer profile, wrote down some mission, some values for what the brand's gonna stand for. Yeah, trying to build that foundation
oh,
before
yeah.
I actually have a physical product. So I guess that is progress.
Dude, that's hella progress. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just not as much as I would have liked, but you know,
Bro, why are you minimizing your accomplishments, RN?
this is my personality. This is how I work.
You're literally the
I
GOAT.
just I just have to put myself in the ringer. This is also why I'm training for my half marathon because I just need something to make me suffer in
You're
order to feel good.
you're crazy. I think I told you about my affirmations I do sometimes. I just like stand in my room. I go, doing the thing is the reward. Doing the thing is the reward.
Yeah, I could take a page out of that.
Yeah. Listen, man, I don't think you have to put yourself through a trial to experience some catharsis, you know?
I mean, I hear you. I listen. I understand. Will I take that advice? We'll see.
I listen, you're free to do the opposite. I understand like doing super challenging stuff, that's awesome. But I think there's also space to celebrate the little things, you know?
I mean, 1,000,000%. This is where I'm a little messed up.
We're working on it. We're working on it. What a good place to end off.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so tired.
Yeah, you look kind of beat, dude.
Yeah. For me to be tired at 10:30 PM,
Tough.
not often, but hopefully I get a solid like 8 hours of sleep.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best. Sleep well.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. We
Yeah,
love you
we
and
love
we
you.
cherish you.
Drink some milk. Drink some milk. Good night.
Drink some milk and good night.
Oh, where's my mouse? Let me end the video.